Live, everybody. Woo!
Hey, Gay. That's Rich Higdon's head in the frame right now.
Yeah.
Say hi, Rich. Rich is helping us out today.
Man.
And of course, Dave Alley is with us, and Katie Dahl, Jeff Herbst, the Jeff and Katie Show, for another installment on this beautiful June day here in Door County. It's positively glorious, isn't it?
It's so amazing.
I know.
And look, you can see it all out the windows in this amazing
Yeah, we'll talk a little
setup.
bit about this space today, too. We got a fun show for you today. We have a special guest coming up.
Is it me? Am I the special guest?
You are not the special guest.
Oh, there's somebody
Katie.
else?
You are a regular.
Oh.
Katie's a regular.
What an honor.
Right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I'm a regular.
You're a regular.
Like
'cause
a
your
dive
name's in
bar
the show.
patron. Because my name's in the show.
Your name's
That's
in the
right.
show,
That's
yeah.
why they had to let me on.
That's, yeah. Oh, is that why? Uh-huh. I hadn't figured that out.
They called it the Jeff and Katie
I'm like,
Show.
why does Katie Dahl keep showing up? Oh, that's right. That's right. So, here's what we have in store for you today. For starters, this, it's been another kind of crazy week in America, right? One of the things that we've been talking about a lot at Northern Sky is how can we be better advocates for people whose voices have not been heard necessarily as much as all of us would like them to be. I feel like theater of anything has the ability to have the biggest arms. The arts in general, but theater. I mean, what's to stop anybody from being able to tell whatever story, right?
Right.
And I feel like that's true for Northern Sky too. One of the things that some of us did at Northern Sky was we listened in on this really, really intense and really interesting forum the other day. It was hosted by the Broadway Advocacy Coalition, and it was a group of, I guess there were 6 African Americans who were talking about their experience in New York in being in the theater, both off Broadway and on Broadway, and it was unbelievably illuminating to hear from their perspective what their particular experiences have been in that world and how different they can be from what any of us who are not black can't fathom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just true.
Right.
It's just true.
Right.
And our intention here at Northern Sky is to be the best listeners we can be, to be advocates for the best stories that can be told, and we want those stories to be broad-ranging. We want them to be representative, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're going to continue to do.
Right.
But we have bigger arms than I think we realize too.
Right. I think that's right. And deeper ears maybe too. I think it's a real time call to listen maybe more broadly and more intently than we had realized was important to listen. I think
That's for sure.
on a lot of fronts. So
On a lot of fronts, Katie.
yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So anyway, we the other thing that we want to tell you about here at the live show today is we are still doing some of the Raise the Curtain events. They've been carrying on as the weeks have unfolded here. This is what, now 3 weeks since we did?
curtain is rising slowly.
Yeah, the curtain rising very, very slowly. That's right. But we just finished out one of the Buy It Now events. We could talk about that a little bit later too, which was the Lumberjacks and Love Reunion, and we have another reunion coming up, and we're going to talk about that too. In the meantime, tomorrow night, we have an event called Peace, Love, and Groovy, and that is hosted by Dennis Johnson and John Lewis, and it will be moderated by our own Alyssa Rohde. And you can tune into that, or you can buy it, right? You can go to go ahead, Katie.
rtc2020.givesmart.com.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Yes, and there you can purchase any of these things that we're talking about. They're still available for you to jump in on. And tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Dennis and John, who have a really interesting storied history in playing rock and roll music their whole lives. And
They're way cooler than we are.
They are way cooler than we are. Yeah. At any rate, those guys are going to be talking about their experience, and you won't want to miss that. That's $30 is all it is, just to tune in and have a great time.
But I was wondering, who is Peace? Is one of them Peace, Love, Peace, and one of them is Love, and one of them is Groovy, of John, Alyssa, and Dennis?
Oh, you know what? I don't know that anybody had actually been assigned those particular adjectives, but we could assign them if we wanted to.
I think so.
Yes,
I think
peace, love, and groovy.
I know. I love the different parts of speech. I think that's like the best title ever because they're not parallel.
No,
like
that's true.
peace, love, and grooviness or groove or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think it's way better this way.
Yeah, peace,
because it
love,
makes
and
me
groovy.
it makes me think about it. So
It does make that's true, Katie Dahl. There is not parallelism there, and we know who would. You, of course, are keenly aware of this, and Charles Williams would be saying, "I'm sorry, but that's just not going to fly."
it doesn't work. Right.
There's another event, and we'll talk about this next week too, but mindfulness and meditation is still available, and that's with Doc Heidi. Who would not want to tune in to hear Doc Heidi talk about mindfulness and meditation?
Perhaps only a person who was already meditating at the time. At the very minute that the talk was going on, maybe they have a date they can't break. I heard on your interview, in fact, with Doc, that happened on Raise the Curtain Day, about how Doc had a very strict meditation regimen.
So strict.
And you were like in Ireland or something?
We were in Ireland, yeah. Fred Alley and Doc and myself took a trip to Ireland in 1993 to research Malarkey, which was going to be one of the summer shows.
Was it a fall show first?
No, it was a summer show first. And then it did do that same fall.
Oh, okay.
In 93. And the summer show was with Karen Mall and with Kelly Brainerd and Suzanne and myself and Fred and Doc.
Right.
And then in the fall, we pared it down, and it was just Fred, Allie, Karen Mall, and Corinne Rocco.
Oh, wow.
Came in to do Malarkey in the fall.
Wow, so cool.
Yeah, it was
So,
wonderful.
but when you were researching in 1993...
Yeah, we were driving on the wrong side of the car, on the wrong side of the road in Ireland. And no matter where we were, driving around all over to Cork, to blah, 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 to the Ring of Kerry, we had to make sure at 4 o'clock Irish time that we were quiet so Doc could meditate.
So, but would he prefer to be alone, but in the car he couldn't be? So like if you were in like a hotel, you would go by himself and meditate.
Yeah.
But if you were in the car, you just would anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm very impressed by that
totally.
sort of dedication.
Totally. And once in a while Fred and I would whisper, and I don't think he noticed.
Yeah.
He was gone by then. I think.
Or if he did notice, he just noticed. And then he turned
that's
his
right.
attention to something else.
That's right, mindfulness.
He turned his attention back
There
to
you
the
go.
meditation.
Yep. Buddha. Very, very Buddha. All right. So I was just saying that we had one of our events the other night, the Lumberjacks and Love Reunion. And you joined in.
I joined in. Well, my mom and stepdad are in town, and we were over at their little cottage, and I didn't have my phone, and I returned home to text from James Kaplan, Holly Feldman, Neen Rock, and Karen Mall saying, "Get on the Lumberjacks and Love Reunion." And I was like, whoa, something is very important here. So I did. I got on the and it was so much fun.
Wasn't it?
It was a little AFT Northern Sky nerd's dream. It was so wonderful.
Yeah.
I am the nerd in that scenario, by the way.
Yeah.
I just loved that.
We had so many people show up for that, and both people who were involved with Lumberjacks from '96 all the way up until now. That's 24 years of people continually performing in that show.
How many people was it?
Well, I think
who were involved.
I think it was around 20 in the end who were there. There were really, I think there were maybe only 2 who weren't. And they had conflicts. So
even Suzanne showed up at the end.
Suzanne showed up late.
Yeah.
She played. For people who know the show, she played the mail order bride in that show. And of course, the mail order bride shows up very late in the show. So
she was just in character. It was a method appearance.
Honey, could have come earlier. So anyway, that was a blast. And our own Katie Dahl was recruited on the spot to sing yet again, like you did last week. Apparently, it's just become your thing now.
It's my thing.
Now you have to sing "Coming Up the Hill" from Northern Lights. That's just the way it goes.
Our Night in Frog Station.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's from that show. Oh yeah, from Frog Station, which Dave Alley said he found a cleaner copy of. By the way,
Dave.
That he found a cleaner copy, because we were talking last week about the fact that Dave Alley had given me a digital version of Northern Lights, which I gave you a little sneak peeks of.
I cried.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Katie Dahl, for those who've been following the Jeff and Katie show, is a true Northern Sky nerd from way back.
And I love Northern Lights almost more than I think it might be my favorite show.
Isn't that
For
something?
sure the music is my favorite.
Wow.
Which is nice. We're going to do a song from it today.
Yeah, that's the whole lead in. And once
I
again,
see.
the segue queen is right on cue. So
I thought it was a coincidence that we had led over. Jeff was very smoothly leading until I, brutishly sort of
no.
made it obvious.
Right on cue. Right
Oh,
on
good.
cue.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, we're gonna do this song. It's called the Riddle Song from Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Right?
It's right. But this version, this whole song was in both the 1993 and the 1997 production, but in different forms. But we're going to do the 1997 form.
Yeah, it had a little extended ending, I think, or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or-
And beginning.
And beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the beginning. Okay. Katie knows everything. I'm telling you. I wasn't in the 97 production. I directed it, but I was in the 93 production, and we haven't done it since.
I know.
Something for us to look forward to. Sun shines bright, moon shines bright, never night, always night. Sun shines bright, moon shines bright, never night, always night.
I asked a riddle long ago, what loves to fall but cannot climb. The answer was a river. Rivers flow, but so does time. Riddles ask and answer. Rivers seek the sea. Your love, it is a riddle. Will you answer it for me?
You asked a riddle long ago of corn silk and morning dew. I did not know the answer then. I know now it was you.
Riddles ask and answer. Rivers seek the sea. Your love, it is a riddle. Will you answer it for me? Sun shines bright, moon shines bright, never night, always. Sun shines bright, moon shines bright, never night, always
Thanks, Katie Dahl.
Thank you. I just love that. We should say that is a show and a song written by Fred Alley and James Kaplan.
Same dudes who wrote Lumberjacks.
That's the ones.
This was their second musical that they wrote together. The very first one was Fishing for the Moon, 1992. Yeah, gosh.
Which in a different world we would be rehearsing and to put on any minute in a non-pandemic world.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
We would have opened Love Stings on Friday after being rained out on Wednesday. So we would not.
Oh,
have
right.
had-
On last Friday we would have opened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
And I think Song of the Inland Seas was going to open like in a week or something.
Which
right?
I was supposed to be in. I've been looking at my calendar and thinking, I mean, I feel sad not to do that show, and I also think like, boy, would I have been having to learn a lot of music
I know.
in the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so true. But it's kind of amazing that way. Like when we had to cancel, and then I was thinking about all of the shows that we had planned on doing this year. We were going to do 10 shows this season. And
He likes the math. I don't know if you've been to another part of this show, but
Yeah, the
Jeff
math.
likes to have the numbers.
So far 10. Very easy math. But I was thinking when we had to cancel that we had so much work ahead of us.
So much work.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know.
But we're still working on those things, and we'll talk about that some too. But we are continuing to work on all of those shows in some fashion.
Well, and it's kind of cool, like this. There are things crop up in the spaces. No matter in everyone's life, right?
And how?
Yeah.
Charles is saying to me, "You are working more now than you probably would have been," and I'm like, "Not quite, but close."
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Right.
Yesterday, another one of the. Are you participating in the bedtime story thing? You are.
Yeah,
right?
I am. I got to do one.
You got to do one, right? Because we're all on deadlines.
Yeah.
And that's due tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I didn't know until our special guest told me that
the special guest told her.
Secret special guest.
Is. But at any rate, so yesterday I decided that I was going to read this book called A Book with No Pictures. And I thought, oh, okay, so it's going to be boring if it's just me reading the book, even though that's sort of the intention of that book in a weird way. But I decided I'm going to do an iMovie tutorial, by golly. So I got myself yesterday on iMovie. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to do anything. But I did end up piecing together a little movie. It's completely cheesy, but it's got like little graphics and stuff.
Oh,
in it
good.
Yeah, that's sort of.
Isn't it sort of fun? Like
it's
iMovie,
totally fun.
I think you learn all the I think as a person, I have never been trained in film or anything. I think as soon as you learn a little, you have to do a little bit of something. You're like, oh. Right, there are like transitions between scenes. Right. Sometimes the transition is a fade, and sometimes the transition is like a scrolly. And these are the sort of things that like you don't know until you have to do them.
One of the things that I always tell writers for Northern Sky, especially if they're relatively new writers, they're so used to watching movies though, and watching TV, so they don't even know that those things are part of their kind of innate vocabulary of understanding.
Yeah.
So when they start writing, they don't have theatrical transitions.
No.
They have like, now we're going to cut.
Yes. No, for real. When my friend Emily and I were working on Victory Farm, I remember Jeff saying this exact thing to us when we were, we started working on it in 2006. So we were 23 and 22, and we had never written anything for this screen or the stage. But I remember there was one part that was like, lights up on the orchard. And Jeff was like, well, first of all, it's like possibly 6 p.m. So like there's lights there's no lights up. There's just lights everywhere. And I'd be like, gradually our attention is drawn to blah, blah, blah. Gradually in the corner appears a blah, blah, blah. Like, or if you want to write a montage scene, turns out like people have to do things between the montage. You can't just like fade in and out conveniently.
Exactly.
It's a real bummer, I'll tell you that right now. Those screenwriters don't know how good they have it.
Right, yeah. So now it's time for our special guest. Let's bring on our very own lovable, huggable, not huggable in this COVID age, unfortunately, but space huggable. Here he comes in slow-mo, as all good entrances are made. It is our lovely Dan Clare.
Dan Clare!
Hey! Welcome, Dan Clare.
We love you!
Jeff and Katie show. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, I know.
I'm great.
You've got 2 layers of plexiglass.
I've got 4.
Yeah,
4
that's
layers.
At least,
There's and a Katie layer in between.
And a Katie layer in between.
I'm not that transparent.
The opaque Katie Dahl. So, Daniel, what are you up to? You're up here in the county?
I'm working. I'm back working at the, obviously there's no theater going on. But I am at Heirloom Cafe, where the old brewery space, Door County Brewing Company, the feed mill, and there was
Bailey's
a grocery store, Bailey's Harbor. And then I'm also working at the Door County Brewing Company.
Oh,
which
I see.
I just came from, I had a shift this morning. Yeah.
Did you?
So I'm pretty busy.
Yeah.
And then tons of stuff at home. And
Now, I had a chance to interview Dan for Raise the Curtain, and that interview aired on that particular day, and it's still available if you want to catch it.
RTC. Oh no, never mind. That's just on Facebook. Never mind. You don't have to pay.
If you go to our Facebook page, you can get to all of the Raise the Curtain videos. I think it's got its own separate page, so you don't have to weed through all of our posts. At any rate, Daniel's lovely interview with me is still, I think, on that page. But Dan, for those people who haven't seen that interview, tell us how you got involved with Northern Sky.
Well, I am originally from Mount Horeb, which is where you're from, and where the Alleys are from, and where Lee Becker is from.
That's right.
And where several people have come through the company are from. So I met Amber Alley in high school.
Really?
Fred's niece, yeah, because Amber is 2 years older than me, and her brother Josh is in my sister's class, 3 years younger.
Oh.
So, So I met them, and she was talking about Door County, when I did my first play in high school. And then at the end of high school, I was going, her boyfriend at the time and I were going to come up and intern the summer of 2005. and then that was the unofficial rule of, we should have you have a year of college under your belt. So I stayed back home, and I was a tour guide at the Cave of the Mounds.
So was I.
Yes.
So was Lee Becker.
My
so
mom
was Fred
and
Alley.
my grandma and my uncles and cousins and everybody in Mount Horeb was either a grocer. They worked at Culture's Grocery.
Now,
or they worked
were
at
you the type of guy who was like, "Come on, folks, let's," and got them through as fast as possible?
No, I did talk. I liked to talk. I was
a total science nerd.
I think my dad,
math nerd too.
I think my dad had like a record tour once, because when he was working there, he was still working under Fred Hahnemann, who was the original manager, and he got somebody through in like no
Lickety-split?
time. Yeah, they'd have races sometimes.
Of course, he was there then probably before Gilbert Hemsley designed the lights that went into Cave of the Mounds. So that particular cave, it's a small cave, it's a beautiful cave, and Gilbert Hemsley, who was a lighting designer he was an instructor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He was the lighting designer for Jimmy Carter's inaugural ball.
That's right. I have heard that. Yes.
Wow.
At any rate, he designed these beautiful lights to light all of the stalactites and the stalagmites. Do you know the difference?
One of them goes up and one of them goes down.
Which one goes up, which one goes down? Daddy can help us.
Stalactites go up.
No.
Stalagmites
might
reach
grow
the
up to the ceiling. Stalactites hang tight.
Or stalag with a G is
on the ground, and stalactite. Stalactite.
Oh, I didn't know a
Ceiling.
Oh, thanks everyone. I learned
Katie
something.
Dahl learned something.
So we quickly veered from math to science, and this is okay.
So I came out.
STEM.
To roundabout back to the question. I started in 2006, the year that you started writing Victory Farm. Was my first year as a performer and intern.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember something about Dan's playbill bio. I remember your playbill bio that first year.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the Coulsons and I loved it. It said, AFT, where have you been all my life?
That's right. I do remember that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Wow, I'm surprised you remember that.
Well, Dan, you've gone on to do a number of roles at Northern Sky. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons that you're here today is to talk a little bit about another one of these events that we still have available for people to jump in on. And that is the Guys on Ice reunion. That one's coming up.
I'm wearing my swag.
Yeah, see, look at him. He came prepared. You can see. That event is coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock. You can jump in and join that all the way up until Thursday. I think you can still get in on the action. But make sure you go in, get yourself registered.
rtc2020.givesmart.com.
Yep, and we will then send you a Zoom invite, and you can be a fly on the wall to listen to all things Guys on Ice. We're going to have a number of people show up for that reunion. Should be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, right?
It'll be a battle of the Ernies, for sure.
It'll be a battle of the Ernies.
Well,
we have, how many Ernies are going to be in that one?
At least 4.
Is it?
If not 5.
Really, that many?
Well, because me and Lee and James and Paul Helm, is he coming?
And Chris Irwin.
And Chris Irwin.
Yep.
And so
I'm
5.
I'm going to ask, I think I'm going to ask Tim McNerland if he'd like to join us.
Oh, yeah. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ernie. I mean, the Ernies have cycled through.
Yeah.
Lee has done it the most.
Lee has done it the most.
For sure.
Yep. And then Steve and Doug, of course.
Yes.
The Guys on Ice stalwarts.
Are you coming?
I think I will join.
Oh,
not only because I've been in the show, of course, but because I will be hosting.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And I believe you have a research credit for that show.
No, Doc Heidi does.
Oh, Doc Heidi does.
But you have you directed it.
Oh, I did.
You directed it.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Oh, we had a lot of fun doing that show. Although, this will come out on Friday, but you know that Doug Mincheski, the whole time we were rehearsing that show, do you know what he said right before opening?
It's going to be a dud.
Yeah.
No one's going to come.
It's a bomb. Seriously.
For real?
Doug has had to eat his words on so many Northern Sky shows.
Douglas.
He has had to just eat his words on so many Northern Sky shows.
Doug.
Yeah, he's a funny boy. So, you want to do, let's see, what order of events here? Do you want to give people a little taste of a Guys on Ice song?
The Guys on Ice? Yeah. Well, I just so happened to...
Oh, look at that.
Bring my little uke.
Did you play the uke in the show?
I do play the uke, and I learned I'm a trumpet player by trade, but I learned trombone because that's what Lee played.
Did you really?
So
learn it?
I played trombone in the show.
You took the trombone out.
I did.
That's just
which I borrow every year from Mount Horeb High School.
Do you really?
Yes, Mr. James.
That was one of my favorite things of all time, was trying to figure out how to get that trombone with Neen Rock and I trying to figure out how we could get it hidden in that parka.
Well, and I have sewed in many a trombone pocket to multiple coats that we've had.
Oh yeah, Dan is a very good sewer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seamster.
Seamster.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Teamster.
Right.
Teamster. No, very different.
Yeah.
Okay, so
although you could play Jimmy Hoffa.
I could. I'm a versatile actor.
Yeah.
I might have to change my voice timbre a little.
A little bit.
Go
ahead, sing us a little song.
Okay, so this is a song of the times, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because things ain't like they used to be.
Oh, that's for sure.
But then again, they never was. Things ain't like they used to be. But then again, they never was. Back before the Model T, the good old days was good because of all the folks alive back then are now so old they can't recall how bad the good old days had been when they were young and very small.
Adorable.
Then I shiver back in my coat.
That character, that's Ernie De Moocher there.
Ernie De Moocher, yeah.
So Ernie De Moocher.
Yeah, honestly, Ernie is one of the funnest things I've ever done on stage.
Is that right?
It really, truly is. The halftime show is one of the greatest things I think I've ever done.
It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. That wasn't in the original, of course. In 1998,
we
did that show as a one-act. And then there was a theater out in, I think it was Oregon Shakespeare, that did it in their cabaret house out in Ashland.
Wow.
And they said, we need to sell stuff at intermission because we're that kind of a theater.
Right.
Where people are eating and drinking. And so we'd really love this to be a two-act. And that's when things were expanded. And that's when the song, the hoop song where they throw the
Right. 12 beers in a 12-pack.
12 beers in a bucket was written for that particular, and so was the whole halftime show.
Well, save some for Friday. Don't let them in on everything.
Just a tease. There's so much to talk about, guys. We could go on. We'll go on for hours. Literally on Friday. No, it won't be hours, but it will be long enough. So another thing that happens in that show, talking about the halftime show, you want to do a little bit of it?
Oh, good transition, Jeffrey.
Well, I was waiting for Katie Dahl, but slow on the uptake.
I was thinking, I hope that it's going to be amazing if you're going to use like the lawyer somehow to transition to the baking, but that's not what you're doing. There was a different segue. I was right there with you. I was just not, I was the wrong segue.
The lawyer, what lawyer?
The lawyers.
Well, the strips from the
they're
back
kind
of
of
fish.
rubbery and
the lawyer.
Are top-notch.
Lawyer. Yeah.
Okay, so, in the halftime show, if all of you out there's in internet land, if you're not aware of the show, you should be. Because it's amazing and really funny.
That show's played, I don't know how many states, but it's played in California, it's played in Texas. I just mentioned that it played in Oregon, it's played in New York, it has played in Florida.
It's got the longest legs, I think, of all of the
that show just kind of keeps right on rolling.
Yeah, it's a cult classic.
Pretty amazing.
So Ernie De Moocher has, he only comes in a couple of times during the show. And then in the middle, he's got this big halftime show where I get to talk to the audience, which is really fun. And I have a little trivia contest.
Oh, you guys can play along at home.
This is the trivia of the week. I'm so happy.
Okay, so here's how she works for you at home. Now, because I can't see you. Technical.
No, I'm just...
Oh, right.
Yeah. We don't.
No, you can see me.
Good.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I had a strap. I had a guitar strap over me. Okay, so here's how she works, and you can play along. If you think you can, if you know the answer, I'm gonna have you and everyone in here too.
Yeah.
If you think you know,
there are hundreds of people in here.
There are hundreds of people in here. Yeah. You don't know. Before each question, I'm gonna try to pick a person to ask. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So if you want to play, I'm going to count to 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to shoot your hand up in the air and shout, okie dokie!
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah? Just like that. 1, 2, 3, okie dokie.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, so first question. 1, 2...
Okie dokie.
No, I only got one job, Jeff.
He is such a cheater.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, so, well, he's out. All right, so there's only 1, 2... and the other 100 people that are on the other side of the camera.
Rich, do your best impersonation of 100 people.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okie dokie.
Oh, Katie got there first. Sorry,
You didn't even try that.
Okay.
Sorry, you
So
99.
Katie.
Yeah.
This is a geography question.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I was in a
good.
geography
Are you good at
bee
geography?
A geography bee in 8th grade.
Oh, really?
You were?
I
A
was.
geography bee.
We have to have a geography off.
Okay.
You know, one of the things, I know all the presidents. You know what else I think I know?
All the street names named after presidents.
Isn't that a thought for the age? You know what else I think I know? Anything and everything, Jeff Herbst.
We'll find out. You
Oh.
can put me to the test someday, but I think I could name every capital of every country.
Wow. Okay, great.
Every capital.
I
of
think
every
you're gonna
country.
win. I don't even know
Okay,
if I want to
well,
have
we're
this.
going to keep this on the Wisconsin.
Okay, all right.
Okay, bring it back.
I'm ready.
Back to Wisconsin. Okay, so Katie Dahl, which of the following is not a town in Wisconsin? Not a town.
Not a
Okay.
town.
Not a
Not a
town.
town.
A. Kewaskum. 2. Kakona. C. Kenosha. D. Kewanee. Or E. Dubuque, Iowa.
It's so funny every time. Dubuque, Iowa.
Dubuque, Iowa! Ding, 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 yay! And now if this were to show, you'd get to choose between a bevy of prizes.
Oh, that's right. Ernie
The
comes in
individually
with-
wrapped cheese curd, the pickled egg, the 1 pack of Lineys, the beef stick. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The
there's...
pickled
I would
egg.
definitely
I love the
not
pickled
choose the
egg.
pickled egg. I'll tell you.
I
that.
love the pickled egg. I
Ugh.
love it when people choose the pickled egg.
You spear it.
Half
and
the
then
time. Yeah, they think you're getting
pass
the
it.
jar.
They think they're getting the jar. No,
But
no,
then
no.
I take it out
Ernie
and
De
I
Moocher.
stab
You
it.
get 1 egg.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Well, I saved the other one for me.
Exactly.
And I do actually eat a lot of the eggs, the leftovers. When we're done with the run, I'll eat those.
Is that right?
Me and Neen, we like our
Yeah, I
pickled
know.
eggs.
I know. Neen likes
we like
those
our
pickled
pickled
eggs. Yeah.
Okay, well, you won it, yeah. So
Yay!
you get bragging rights for
Thanks.
best geography
Oh, good.
knowledge.
Want to do another
in
question?
Wisconsin. Yeah, we can do another one.
Do one
Okay.
more.
Let's see. Ready? One.
Okie dokie.
No, Katie. I have one job.
That was lame.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, you don't
Whoa! Yeah, we got one. Okay, you there. Yep, you in the purple shirt. Okay.
I wonder if you ought to be on the camera. Maybe not. Okay.
Okay. So here's your question. Now, if you were living in northern Wisconsin, which this I would consider Door County, northern Wisconsin. We're in the
would.
northern half.
I would.
Yeah. So this is a reality question. This is not a hypothetical. This is all reality.
It's
So-
since you are
Since
living-
you are living in northern Wisconsin, so you should know the answer to this. Which of the following would be true? Okay. A. Your snowblower has more miles on it than your car. 2. You went cow tipping after the junior prom. C. You have more fishing poles than teeth. D. You keep a hanger in the back seat in case you lock the keys in the car. Right? In case you lock the keys. That never made sense to me. Or E. All of the above would be true.
I'm going to say E.
E. All of the above would be true. Yeah!
Ding, ding, ding.
And you get bragging rights to being a northern Wisconsinite.
Tell what's in the meat product one.
Oh yes, there's the my favorite thing about the can of potted meat is that right after the first ingredient, mechanically separated chicken, your fat has been partially defatted. The pork has been partially defatted.
Partially after the mechanically
separated chicken. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
Boy, that could make anybody turn instantly vegan.
And that one doesn't get picked the most. I would say that's the least.
What gets picked the most? The one pack of Lineys?
The one pack of Lineys usually goes first, and then. Usually either the cheese curd or the beef steak.
Yeah.
The kids like the beef steak.
Yeah.
I love it when a kid chooses the pickled egg.
Do you make them eat it?
I don't make them do anything.
But
I might
encourage them?
Guilt them a little.
Have people done it? Have they eaten them?
Oh yeah, people eat them all the time. I usually do it because we usually, depending on the space, we have them like we'll do stadium pass, so we're like, okay, pass it down the road, keep passing it, and especially with the egg because it's on a fork, we're going no nibbles, no nibbles,
no nibbles.
Keep that's his egg over there, and then it gets back to him, and they usually they eat the whole thing in one go.
Wow!
And then there's a big cheer.
Better people than me.
Now you like pickled stuff, don't you?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I like quick pickled onions. Like quick pickled onions. I like pickled onions, or what else do I like, Rich? I don't like
Dilly
pickles.
Beans?
Huh?
Do you like pickled beans?
I never.
Dilly beans?
Pickled green beans.
No, I don't.
Oh
I don't
God,
think
they're
I
so
like
good.
those.
But you don't like pickles?
As my mom would. No, I don't. As my mom says, there's a clue in the word pickle.
What is that?
Ick.
Silly.
We'll give you that one, Carla, but
barely. All right, Carla. All right.
So your mom doesn't like them either?
No.
Apparently. Oh, so you come by it honestly.
Yeah, but in general, I have a much broader palate than my mother.
Honestly.
Like the other day, I ordered my mom. What? She's watching. Okay. Well, I told her this too. But the other day, I ordered her good eggs. We all got good eggs wraps, which you can get on an app, by the way. It's amazing. And my mom's came, and I went and picked it up, and the lady at the counter said, "Now, I assume the one of them is for a kid." And I said, "No, it's not." And she's, "Oh, because there just wasn't anything on it." And I was like, "No, that's for my mom."
Carla's a picky eater?
She is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She would like to say discerning, I'm sure, right, Mom?
She would like to say discerning, yeah. Right? Yeah. I have a sister who's like that. I won't name any names.
But it rhymes with
you got a few
John.
sisters.
It rhymes with belly.
All right, so now, speaking of food, is that what we're doing next? Food?
Yes, Katie Dahl comes to the rescue
The
on the Segway.
The segues. Okay.
We are. Every week we do a little baking challenge, and this week, usually it's just Jeff versus Katie. But this week, Dave Alley has joined in with the baking competition, and Dan Clare, our special guest, has to force himself to be the judge of these 3 baked items. Now, you all have to know that this is what, 3rd week now?
Yeah.
I humbly admit that I won. That I won 2 weeks in a row, and Katie Dahl decided that she was going to go, straight to the wall on this one.
It's right. So I think Rich will demonstrate what this cake looks like in its full capacity, and then while we open the other things, it's a cake.
Yes.
I made this cake. Yes.
I mean, give me a break.
I even learned about piping. Thank you.
Gosh, that's pretty.
Zoinks. Katie and I are both fans, maybe you are too, of the Great British Bake Off.
I do love the Great British Bake Off.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I spent actually a whole few afternoons during quarantine watching just the Christmas specials.
Oh, wow.
Because they have
right?
all the Christmas special shows, and it's almost all dried fruit related items.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was fun to see the variations of all of them.
I can't believe they must just have so much moisture floating around in the air of England because everything is dehydrated. Like they have everything is
people,
dried.
I think.
I
spent some time over there.
Yes, it's bad sign for people. It's not a good situation. They have bad dental care and
We
such
can't make
chewy
judgments.
food.
Let's not make
Good
judgments.
Lord. I'm watching the slice come out as Rich is over there.
That's the
getting that
goal.
cake ready.
This is
Holy
meant to be
cow.
the excitement.
You want to do it online?
Well, you just bring it over.
Katie Dahl.
Oh!
Katie Dahl.
What? How'd you do that?
What is that? Is that
I'm
we
sad.
shouldn't talk about it till people can see it.
Yes,
but-
Rich,
oh
you can just
my
bring over
goodness
the one
gracious.
slide. Okay, that's fine. If you can
Now
Watch
Rich
the
is
cord.
gonna-
Watch the cord. This
People
is-
are really showing off.
Look at this.
People are totally- Give me a break. It's not right. That's all I'm saying. Well, actually,
Oh, thanks. I don't think I ought to take the first piece.
now
Oh, okay.
your little
ladies
doodads are
first.
down there on the ground.
Oh,
Katie, for
great.
The other ones,
Okay.
So whenever. But Daniel, you're gonna have to taste these so that you can.
Oh,
Okay,
these are for
I'll
later,
muster my
We'll let
strength.
Dan can just eat right now. We don't have. Or should we taste them now too?
What?
Should you and I taste our stuff now too, or just Dan?
What do I need to do?
I'm tasting yours right
So
now.
this is just a taste test?
Oh, these
Or
are.
what's my goal
I think-
here?
Your goal is to declare me the champion.
I'm fair.
Got the best baked item?
Dave, Allie,
Yes.
who is not on camera. This is
I-
Dave's contribution today. They smell like peanut
What
butter.
is that?
They have sesame
And they have
seeds. It's like a
sesame seeds on
cookie.
them. They really. They
And
smell
by like a cookie,
delicious.
I mean,
The recipe comes from a winner of the British Bake Off.
No kidding.
the recipe
Ooh,
comes
that
from a
smells
winner of the
good.
British Bake Off. In case you didn't hear.
That smells amazing. I feel like the peanut butter's got to come. That'll overwhelm other things.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
need
Isn't that
to.
delish?
I love like the sesame seeds. The sesame
What is
seeds
this?
are nice and crunchy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
What's this treat?
That's so good.
so
Oh
good.
man, there's some stuff going on here. All right, I'm
Okay,
going
now-
with this first. Do I need a? I'm just gonna use my hands. I washed my hands before this. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm not worried.
Mmm. Oh, that's really good. I
Mm.
love the crumble top on that.
There you
I
go.
like
Oh, and
the
there's
blueberry.
blueberry.
I love the blueberry. I love a good coffee cake.
Is there any booze in this crumble top?
No,
Oh,
There should be.
I know. It could be. It's true. Thank you.
Okay, that's one bite.
and now, is there
Mm.
like there's like spice throughout this cake?
There's
like
spice throughout?
right. There's like a
Oh, that.
That
cake. It's fairly simple in terms of its spice.
But is there
It's
like
very-
a cinnamon
There
thing
is
in there?
cinnamon. That's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yep. And then there's
It's a
also
lovely,
there's also
lovely
lemon.
balance of cinnamon.
Cinnamon and lemon and blueberry and.
Okay, and
It's not stodgy at all. It's
Oh,
not,
good.
Yeah.
Stodgy.
You
Is
haven't,
my
you haven't got
sponge
the
good?
soggy bottom. What?
Is my sponge good?
Oh yes, a sponge.
A nice sponge. Bitty
A
bitty.
sponge.
Okay, now are each of these layers different flavors?
No.
Katie Dahl,
Oh,
you're gonna have to do,
points
you're gonna have to
against
do special
already.
occasion cake baking for people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I need some work, so
So-
that sounds good.
Okay.
Are all of your sponges the same? They're just colored differently?
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
That's good. So Katie has a pink and it's very rainbowy. Pink and a yellow and a green and a blue and a kind of what color would you call that?
I don't know. I'm interested to. I have a color. I would,
Mauve.
oh, that's so
Kind of
beautiful.
mauvey-
I thought
mauvey.
purple.
Plum.
Plum.
Oh, good, plum.
I'm going with plum.
The there was supposed to be a orange. In fact, there was a white layer that I elected not to include. That was because I didn't have enough yellow food coloring to make the orange.
Oh, but I see a little slice of.
Oh yeah, that
cake.
white I had to. Oh, that's right. That's funny. That's only in one tiny part of the cake, but I had the green like didn't come all the way out of the thing, you know. So
Oh.
that I had to
You
like.
had to
Send
do a
her
patchwork.
home. Send her home. This is delicious.
Oh, I should
Katie.
taste it. I haven't
This is
tasted it yet.
absolutely
That's
delicious.
Well, thank you.
I'm,
There is a booze component of this. I don't know if you can
What?
tell. Yes, my mom and my seminary professor mother and her husband went to Main Street Market at 8 a.m. to get some alcohol for me to put in this.
Is it in the
what
frosting?
kind of alcohol
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Don't say. Don't say.
Oh no, I can't say.
Can you explain to Guthrie that he'll get cake when we get home?
Is Guthrie watching?
Mom says, what? They're eating the cake? This is all-
Katie told me before the show started that Guthrie was very upset with Jeff because Katie said that no, Guthrie, you can't have a piece of cake until Jeff and the Jeff and Katie show is over. And he's like, "Who's Jeff?" Katie's
How
like,
dare
he's
you."
that tall guy that you've met before. Well, I want my cake.
Yeah, he didn't want to wait. Well,
You know
yay.
what? You know what I love about
everything.
this cookie? The sesame seed.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Truly.
I know.
That's such an interesting,
It's great.
like, texture.
There are times. Have you ever made? I've done like a variation on hummus, and of course hummus is traditionally made with sesame paste.
Tahini.
Oh.
Yeah,
Right?
tahini, which is ground up
Mhm,
sesames. But sometimes I'll switch it up, and I'll do an Asian variation of hummus with peanut butter
Oh, instead of tahini?
instead of tahini.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So it still has chickpeas?
It still has chickpeas, but then I'll do what I just said, peanut butter, and then I'll also put in some Asian chili, garlic sauce.
Yes.
Right?
Stop it.
Now, I believe
Don't
that
talk about that.
it
I
is
want that.
okay to have us over into the backyard. And I'm just saying, I don't think, we don't have to come inside. Just next
I'll
time you're
just
doing
drive
that,
by. You
just
can
think to
throw
yourself,
some at me.
it would be safe to have Katie Dahl over here in the backyard. Just consider.
I'm all
Okay.
for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
All right.
Yum.
Well, Daniel, you got, you got,
Is this me? Am I the judge?
yeah, those are three
Yeah.
really different baking
They are.
experiences, aren't they?
And we, do you want to, you can guess the Northern Sky connection to any, I may be the only one. Originally I was like, we have to make up a Northern Sky connection to our bake. And I do have one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
I don't
pretty
know.
far-fetched.
I mean, all three of them have a connection to Northern Sky?
Mine doesn't this week.
Oh. Well, I mean, to be
Well, I
fair,
feel like-
in previous weeks, Jeff's connection Northern Sky was like, oh, well, actually, this kind of granola
We
is
talked about
actually
putting this in
Henry's
a show.
favorite food is granola.
In his own mind.
And last
I'm
week it
gonna
was
use-
equally
If
it was
Joseph
equally
and
hard
Henry,
to guess.
If Joseph and Henry get back together, we're going to talk about food.
I think that Joseph and Henry should get
We did
together.
talk about food in our
oh, we
first
did,
little-
didn't we?
Yeah, a lot about black cat pie
Black cat pie, that's right. That's
and
right.
prune pie too.
And prune pie. We talked about pie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we got a lot of
This
stuff. we
is
can
this
talk
is my official.
about. All right, Daniel.
I
Bum-ba-da-da.
liked all three of them.
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm all about that coffee cake.
I'm sorry, Katie. Dahl.
Jeffrey.
I'm so sorry.
What? I made a rainbow cake.
I know, but this is the okay.
I'm very happy for you.
I
very
could use a little more fruit in it.
Oh, I did put a little more than it called for too. That's so interesting.
Yeah. I like if it's gonna
I
have
like this
blueberries in it,
constructive criticism.
I want some
Yeah,
blueberries.
yeah, okay.
Right.
I-
Or have a layer or
I can
something.
go there, man.
Right. I mean, you should
I can
go there. But it was like, of the three, the most traditional, most satisfying, I think. And then I love a peanut butter cookie, but that was an amazing peanut butter cookie.
It's a really good peanut butter
Yeah,
cookie.
it really
Those
is.
sesame seeds give such a good texture.
Yeah.
Katie, I think, wins on the showmanship
Well,
for sure.
it maybe, you
hands
know,
down.
sometimes Paul Hollywood likes to say that it's style over substance. I may have achieved style over substance.
You get style award, Dave gets uniqueness, and then Jeff wins best overall.
Well, excellent. I
That's
like
my
that.
judge.
I don't. I in some ways, I was sort of looking forward to somebody else winning this week, so I could be off the hook.
I know.
Well, you
as-
didn't
as-
ask me to bake anything.
Well, this is the thing. Well, you said that you were going to be too busy, and I totally honored that. I didn't want to pressure you.
Oh,
but
well,
here's
you
the other
didn't
thing
say
about
that.
this.
I can always make a pie.
Now, here's the thing, though, you guys. It would be totally unfair because one of the auction items was to buy Daniel making a pie.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you go, is that video still available of you doing that?
Yeah,
thing?
no, my video's on YouTube.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my God!
Did you do it with iMovie?
I did. On my iPad.
No, I didn't. I just love that. I love
put
that you
some-
bringing up iMovie.
I
I did not
put
expect
little
that to be
sound
what was
effects in
amazing
there.
about the video.
I sped everything up, so it's like I sped up the time, so
Oh,
all
smart.
the little chunks and. I
It
put
was brilliantly
music.
made. It was brilliantly made. It was really fun to watch.
I didn't have anything
Charles was
to
looking
do.
at
I
it
was
going,
stuck at home.
You did it at home, I know.
Yeah, I was stuck there.
I know. But you edited it. You edited.
Yeah, I just was like, I'm
Edited
gonna
it.
make a couple of pies today, and then I figured I'd film it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you did more than just film it, buddy.
Well,
I mean, come on. I
don't
know
mean to
because
do-
I went through the iMovie tutorial this morning.
I know what you did, and it was amazing.
That's great. right.
It was
Oopsie,
amazing.
sorry, microphone.
Totally amazing. All right. Well, I don't even know what time it is. That's the fun of
What
doing the Jeff
time
and
is
Katie
it?
show. Is we
Showtime.
totally lose track of time.
It's probably it's 10 till. It's probably soon to.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, but actually, this is a perfect time to bring up a new feature that we have today, this week. I
Katie
bet
Dahl.
that you are all lonely for, all of you as loyal Northern Sky fans.
Yeah.
And if you're not, we love you just as much or more, but the loyal Northern Sky fans, you may be feeling that you have been collecting too many bucks in your wallet and are feeling like, ugh, I normally have a buck in the bucket thing that I can do at the end of a Northern Sky show to get rid of some of these bucks. I go to Northern Sky and they say, if you could just give us $1,
Yeah.
you could help us out a whole lot. And so we decided that you can give us a buck in the bucket. Generously, we'll accept it. On PayPal, we made a new PayPal page, paypal.me/buckinthebucket. And truly, I jest, but we would be so grateful. This is a totally free show, and feel free to watch. But if you have $1 or $5 or $700 to put in that PayPal page, it would be a huge help to us as we, navigate the craziness of the year. So
Total craziness of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching. I hope.
That
I hope
sounds
you all
like
had
the
a good
most.
time.
That sounds like the most useful use of a buck you could have.
yeah.
Well, we started that campaign, that Buck in the Bucket campaign. It's just I don't know. It's like one of the things that just kind of works because it's true. I mean,
And the buck stops here.
Well, the buck stops here, but the Buck in the Bucket, the whole idea behind it really was the math. Again, the math.
He loves it.
Truly added up to if everybody who came to see our shows in the summer and fall just dropped $1 in the buck at the end of a show, it gave us enough to commission and get more new material in the pipeline and work. And year after year, it almost always works out. And not everybody puts a buck in, but some people put more in. But it almost always averages out to $1 a person. It's really close.
It's very cool.
It is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's just amazing.
Yeah.
At any event, that's our. And what is even the PayPal site this time around? It's like something called
PayPal.me/buck in the bucket.
Buck in the Bucket.
Yeah.
It was available.
Buck in-
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
that's fun.
available.
That's really fun.
So that link should be in the text of the thing. Oh, and has it been copied into the comments also? Awesome. Great.
Finally, before we do one more song, as we say every week, we are keeping the spirit of Northern Sky alive through things like this, through the ongoing activities of the Raise the Curtain events, and we are also continuing to do development on our new works because eventually we are all going to be together again and we are going to be enjoying live theater. It's just a matter of when. So we want
We're going to be enjoying it more than ever before. I have to say, it's going to be so amazing.
I know.
It's already
I know.
But yeah.
Can you imagine how celebratory it's all
going to be so good.
Yeah. So anyway, we just want to make sure we have stuff ready. So we continue to work on stuff here at Northern Sky, and we're going to be doing a reading of Love Stings, which was going to be the new show. We just had a Zoom meeting last week with the authors, and then I got a hold of all of the cast members, and we got it all scheduled for July. And that's just going to be an in-house reading, but nonetheless, new work is going on. So the Buck in the Bucket really is going for something because we are we are paying our artists who participate in these events. That's just part of what we have decided is a priority for us, even though we have no revenue right now. So revenue is needed, and that's part of the reason why a donation from you is ever so helpful.
Well, and I appreciate it. And we all appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to have work in the theater for probably a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect to get a job in my career for the next year.
Yeah, the career of gathering people together in the same room is not the career you really want to be in at this moment.
Yeah.
But we are all.
I think that's exactly right. Yeah. We're going to do one final song here for you guys, and this is just a short little number, but it too was written for the 2-act version of Guys on Ice. And,
I thought this was the 1-act version. This is on the CD.
Oh, then it's for both.
Oh,
It's for
okay.
both of them, I guess.
Okay.
But they stopped doing it a while ago.
Some people do it and some don't,
Okay.
but I have done it.
It's like trespasses versus sins. You
Right.
just never. You have to.
It's like what?
in the Lord's Prayer. Sometimes it's forgive us our trespasses, sometimes it's forgive us our sins, and you just have to...
Trespasses. Forgive
Yeah,
us our
you just have to
trespasses.
figure out the
For those
rules.
who have trespassed against us.
Right.
I'm like, I had to sign up. It said don't trespass.
Yeah,
Trespass.
right, exactly, and they trespassed against me anyway. No, but you always have to like figure out the house rules. So when you start the Guys on Ice production, you say,
Right.
do you do this song or do you
Right,
not?
right. I think Doug and Steve like to not do it because they like their little final moment, and then
Yeah. Well, those two, they got their own thing going on.
they got their thing.
So here we go with one more song from the Guys on Ice.
Little tips from Ernie. When on thin ice, please watch your step. It's best if you remember the ice that is supporting you is thicker in December. Beware of cracks, and if you do, the chances are you won't fall through. But if you fall, have someone who can pull you out again. Toss a rope, throw a line, give your word, I'll give mine. What the hey, what the heck, we'll be fine.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you again next week, right?
Yeah, next
On
week,
the Jeff and Katie Show.
4 p.m. Central Time.
Bye now.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Rich.
eat all these
Thank you,
treats.
Dave.
I'm gonna eat the rest of these treats.
I'm gonna eat some cake.
Yeah.